Hey everyone, welcome to episode 15 of the Cinematic Boys podcast. Me and Bilal are here today, but we got special guests. We got Seth, aka According to Seth, in the building.
What up,
Seth,
guys?
introduce yourself and what you do and your social medias.
What up, y'all? I'm Seth, according to Seth. You can find me on pretty much any platform like TikTok, YouTube, all of that. It's according to Seth, and I review pretty much everything, but horror is my favorite genre. So that's what I really like to talk about because that's what got me into movies in the first place, and that's pretty much all I need to know. I love film. It's got me through a lot of rough times, and it helps me connect with other people. So I really love watching movies.
Oh, also let them know about your podcast that you guys just started.
Oh yeah, we just started a podcast. It's a horror podcast called the Dark Screen Society. And it's me, Gigi, Room for Scream, Brandon, Lamphead, and Brian at Brian Fears Ghosts. And basically we just get together every week and we talk about all of the horror news, horror movies, and what we're excited for because there's a lot of good horror content coming out this year.
Hell yeah.
And guys, I'm gonna let you know that this is a good podcast. I already listened to episode 1. And Seth, you guys got something cooking special over there with you guys. But of
I'm
course, for
excited.
you, I'm definitely in to listen. But of course, today's podcast we are reviewing Abigail, which is the latest horror movie from Radio Silence, which I love Radio Silence and what they're doing right now. And of course, our regular stuff. But let's get right into it, guys. What have you guys watched this week? I'm gonna let Seth go first.
So I recently, actually last night, I need to put my review out for it, but last night I watched a movie called We Grown Now, which was an incredible film. It stars like Journey Smollett, and it's kind of like this film about this like family that lives in like community housing in Cabrini Green in Chicago. And it kind of follows like these two kids, and you see like all of the hardships that their parents face, all of the like trials and tribulations. This like bad event kind of happens where the police come in at like 2 in the morning and like are raiding people's homes, things like that. And these kids never lose hope, and you're seeing this like hope through their eyes as they like try to build like like they use their imagination to kind of cope with everything that's going on. And it's just a really beautiful, beautiful film, and I highly recommend it.
It sounds really interesting. Definitely adding that to my watch list in the future.
It's great.
Me too. Is that mostly it for you, Seth, for the watches this week?
I watched that, and then what else have I watched? Pretty sure that I've watched a few other things. I can't remember what they are at the top of my head, but that was like the most memorable that I watched this week. Oh, I watched Barry Lyndon, which was my movie assignment from Real Talk.
Oh, I need to watch that.
It's great. It's basically a better version of Forrest Gump. Is the best
Okay.
way to put it.
But Bilal, what have you watched this week?
Apes Together Strong. I rewatched the Apes trilogy to get my hype up for Kingdom of Planet Apes, and I've been cooking those videos up. Perfect trilogy. And obviously, I saw Annihilation for our Cinematic Boys reviews. Check that shit out right now. And yeah, that was a great Alex Garland film. That's my second favorite one of what he has done so far. And yeah.
Okay, so it's been a little while since I said my watches for this week. If I can pull my Letterboxd up. So I have watched Ex Machina, which the episode is already out for you guys to listen to for our Cinematic Boys reviews. It was me and Bilal doing that. I watched a screener from Dusk for a Hitman from Pixel C Media, which I thought that movie was really good. Of course, I watched Abigail, which is our review for the day. I watched Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, which don't even get me
Sorry.
started about that.
I also saw that. I just completely forgot I saw it.
Is that bad?
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
even
bad.
bother watching it. I was like, I'm good.
No,
Oh yeah, it's bad.
it's
Of
terrible.
course, I watched.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, I watched Annihilation, which is going to be the review, which is available soon. Bilal, it's not available now. It'll be available very soon.
I jumped the gun.
I
My bad.
I watched another screener for Pixel C Media. Shout out to them for Cash Out with John Travolta and Quavo. I actually thought that movie was really good. Then yesterday I watched Boy Kills World. which not that bad.
I need to see
I
Boys
only
in the World.
watched it for Skarsgård though, but he's really good in it. I really thought that movie was going to be more like a serious movie. The comedy really holds up really well in that.
Yeah, I'm excited to check
But
that one out.
but I didn't even ask you guys. How are you guys doing today in this?
I'm good. How about you guys? I'm ready.
I'm good. Had a little cold, but I'm good. I'm pushing through, you know.
Was it freezing there or something? It's like 90 in Arizona.
I mean, it was like nice and sunny, and then it started raining out of nowhere. And then I got cold because of that, because of the weather change
Oh,
coming
no.
randomly during the day was unexpected.
I'll
I was
trade you.
pretty good. I was supposed to go today. Had a long work day though. Really busy at work, but besides that, not that bad. But
Good.
let's get right into our episode, and let's talk about first. We had some really big trailers came out this week. These past couple of days, of course, we got Transformers 1, Trapped, Hitman, The Watchers, and Deadpool Wolverine. So let's get right into it. Did any of you guys watch the Transformers 1 trailer?
I tried and then I was disappointed, so I turned it off.
I was a little disappointed with it too, especially with Paramount, who did Teenage Mutant Mayhem, their animation style. That was really good. I know it was a different style, but I felt like too much of a TV show type of animation style. It wasn't like full fledged. I wanted to see. Matter of fact, the animation in the I can't speak English today apparently, but in the OG Transformers cartoons were much better than the ones we saw in the trailer
Yeah.
Transformers One, which was such a downgrade in my eyes, at least.
And I also can't unhear Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime. Like he's not. I can't. There's
Okay,
only one Optimus Prime.
yeah, true. But Michael Key does sound like Bumblebee. That's the only good thing about the
Yeah.
trailer. And
What about you,
you could hear Scarlett Johansson as well. I'm like, oh, that's ScarJo.
ScarJo?
Yeah.
What about you,
So
Dakota?
for me, as a really big Transformers fan, like I agree with you guys about the animation. I kind of thought they were going to go the Spider-Verse and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles route, and it kind of looks like the animation you guys like we saw as like Saturday morning cartoons when we were little. Because I think they should go in the animation style, kind of like what the '80s one did. I think the '80s one did really well with the animation, but like you said, Seth, it's really weird hearing Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron and Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And they're not even Megatron Optimus Prime in this. And that's the
Not yet.
weirdest thing also. But
Yeah.
because I think like Peter Cullen's always going to be Optimus Prime.
Yeah, always.
And when I think of Megatron, I always think of Hugo Weaving in the original trilogy. But besides that, I'm really excited for the story because we haven't got the friends like type between Optimus Prime and Megatron ever. They always mentioned it in the Michael Bay live action movies, but we have never got it. So I'm excited for that at least.
I'm excited because we get to explore Cybertron, and we haven't really done that yet. So that part's the only thing that's like got my interest.
That too. A lot of people have been saying this should have been live action. Do you agree with that? Because I think that would cost Paramount too much money.
No, I'm fine with an animation style like Transformers movie.
Yeah, I feel like with animation, you got more creativity with the storytelling as well and presenting it.
Plus, their last live adaptations of Transformers haven't been the best. I honestly am I like the Michael Bay Transformer films. I think they're pretty fun. So I don't
Seth,
get the
which
hate.
one is your favorite?
I like Dark Side of the Moon.
Yes.
I think that movie slaps, and the fact that like they were on the moon this whole time, I think that was cool.
Bilal's over here hating on the Transformers movies. At least we have somebody else that loves Dark of the Moon as much as I do.
Yeah.
But let's get into our other trailers. I didn't watch this trailer. Seth, did you watch the new trailer for The Watchers?
I did, and it looks awesome. The Shyamalans, I don't know. I like some of M. Night's films I really enjoy. My only concern for this one for Watchers is like I'm getting the Village vibes, and that was like my least favorite M. Night Shyamalan film, or one of them. So I hope it's nothing like that, and it's like, his daughter just like crushes it. I mean, it looks interesting and it looks intriguing. It looks creepy. I love the cast, so I'm definitely excited to check it out no matter what.
I mean,
Is it better than that first trailer that we got?
Yes, but don't
Okay,
watch it
because
because my friend said there is a spoiler in it. So like a
yeah,
big spoiler.
that's the main reason why I'm so distanced from movie trailers now, because it tells you too much about the movie. And then once you finally see the movie, you just leave, like, come out disappointed. It's like, oh, that was in the trailer. What's the point of having that in the movie? So that's why I try to, like, avoid like movie trailers nowadays, most of the
Yeah.
time at least.
but okay, like for the first trailer, it has not been like catching my attention at all. I know it's Shyamalan's daughter, and like Shyamalan makes some pretty good movies. All of
Yeah.
them not are great, but he makes some pretty good ones. But it didn't like appease me. It seemed a little bit boring. It's like, what's the concept of this? Because like when we saw the trailer for Knock at the Cabin, it like catch my attention. But this one's like,
The new trailer
it's
has
kind of
more info. I think you should watch the new trailer. Like, I don't know what the spoiler is. My friend said that there is something in the trailer that's a little spoilerish, but like, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. But this new trailer will definitely get you hyped for it, because it's basically just a creature feature in the woods.
okay. If it's just a creature feature in the woods, I probably don't even watch the trailer. I'm already excited about that.
Yeah, that's what
But
what it's going to be.
let's save the other Shyamalan trailer for the very end, because I want me and you. I don't know if you watched it yet, Bilal.
I did.
I want to talk.
I didn't.
Okay, if you want to, you can step away. I want to talk about it to Seth, because there is something in the trailer that you don't know about that really shocked me. But we will say that for last. But let's talk about that Hitman trailer. Did you guys watch that one?
Nope, because I really want to see this movie so bad. I'm trying to see Hitman Blind. Glenn Powell has been killing it. It looks like it's gonna be a fun time. I wish I could watch this movie in theaters. I know there's a 1 week release, but I'm hoping I place in my theater so I can experience this movie in the movie theater, because I feel like this is the type of movie you should be experiencing in the movie theater. I don't know why Netflix does these 1 week releases. It's They should probably just do a 1 month release of a film that is great. Like, for example, like the Extraction movies. Why are they on Netflix? These are made for movie theaters. Like Chris Hemsworth's hand-to-hand combat is so great. It's like would be so epic to see in the movie theater, but it doesn't hit the same and like watch it on your TV on Netflix. Like that's my right now streaming services. Anyways,
Did you watch it, Seth?
I did. I'm excited for it. I heard a lot of good things coming out of South by Southwest and Sundance for it, so I'm really excited to check it out. And I love Glenn Powell.
I'm excited for it to I don't want to say too much where Bilal's sitting right here, but the first trailer really like caught my attention, but this trailer just like hyped it up by 10.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
excited to
hoping
see it.
like Bilal said, there's a showing near me in theaters so I can go watch this, because this feels more like a theater movie than a streaming movie. Because they're like you said, there's a lot of people. Like, for example, some of our friends, like George, saw it at the New York Film Festival. It's his third, I think, best right now of the year. And of course, Sydney and Joe saw it at the South. What was it? What's
I think it
film
was South by
festival was it?
Southwest. It was
And
either that or
they absolutely,
Sundance.
I think it was Sundance, and they both absolutely love that movie. So I'm really hyped for that. But let's get into our next trailer, which of course everyone knows, probably has seen this trailer already. It is the Deadpool Wolverine trailer.
don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm not seeing the trailer. Don't kill me.
You're all good. I loved it. I'm ready. I'm 100% all in.
Me too. Bilal, really what they showed in the trailer is literally what they have shown behind all the scenes of the leaked pictures and stuff. There's nothing.
I haven't seen the league pictures either, though.
You haven't even seen the leaked pictures yet. You're a really good hiding from everything.
Yeah, congrats. Because I've had things spoiled that I didn't want spoiled. Like Twitter is a cesspool of people just ruining things left and right.
I don't use Twitter.
That's the reason I use Twitter also. So it's like the biggest things are on Twitter.
Yeah, pisses me off.
But of course, I'm excited for it because of course we're getting, Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine with Ryan Reynolds, and I'm really excited for that. Hey, Bilal, do you want to step away for a minute so we could talk about Trap?
Sure. I'll yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're just kicking him out.
Yeah.
Bilal.
Just text me.
I'll text you.
All right. Yeah.
I'll text you. Okay, Seth, how do you feel about this trailer for Trap?
I'm excited for it. I mean, it's M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, I know a lot of people are upset that they're like, oh, this just like spoiled the whole movie. But like, M. Night's got something in his back pocket. He's got something up his sleeve. There's going to be some other twists. I mean, there is no other way they could have like shown this trailer, like for what the movie is going to be about, which is, it seems that Hartnett is the killer and that they set up the trap for him. But I know there's going to be some twists and turns that we're not expecting.
Because before watching the trailer, I knew there was something big in it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was that big. I'm like, okay. I kind of thought that I'm like, did they really just spoil this whole entire movie? But like you said, Shyamalan has something bigger up his sleeve. What do you think the twist might be if you could predict it?
Either his daughter is going to be the killer, which I feel like that's going to get debunked pretty quickly. But I think it could be the singer, something with the singer, or maybe there is no twist and it's just like, them trying to figure out him to escape the building somehow with his daughter, which I'm fine with too.
So there's been some theories I've been hearing, and they've been all are interesting. One, he's the killer, and his daughter's actually a vampire.
That's a fun one.
That'll be interesting. The other one I've been thinking about myself is his daughter's actually the killer.
Yeah.
Which would be very shocking and interesting. And two is the other one is he's like has two personalities.
Oh, interesting. Like split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that one, because of course you see how the beginning of the trailer, he's like all nice and like fatherly and stuff and like a great dad. Then all of a sudden when he talks to the guy, and he goes to the bathroom, he just like switches.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I definitely think M. Night's cooking something with this one. This one I'm really interested in. I didn't like Knock at the Cabin because I read the book and I thought the book was just done way better. What up, Paul? We're pretty much done if you want to come back in.
But besides that, I'm really excited for this trailer though.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Do you think they need to release another trailer though? Or you think they're good with this one?
They're good with this one. They will release another one that will get everybody even more hype. But I'm fine with what we've gotten so far.
Me too. Hey, Bilal, you ready?
What were you talking about?
Nothing.
Yeah, we were talking about nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Not invited to this party.
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, most hit or miss director? Yes or no?
I mean, he's got some bangers, but he also has some movies that I just didn't vibe with at all.
I mean, he had some bangers, but like when he makes bangers, they're bangers. But when he misses, oh my god, it's like they're bad though.
I never watched Avatar, and I never will. So I know that's bad.
Time with that shit, man. Oh my gosh, bro.
Hey, Bilal, I gotta ask you real quick, because it's two animes. Which one's worse, The Last Airbender or Dragon Ball Evolution?
I think it's definitely Avatar, but they're both really bad, so don't watch them.
Okay, let's get into our main part of the episode, of course, which is our review for Abigail. So, of course, I watched this in the theater. We all watched this, of course, in the theater. There's no other way. I watched this in my local theater. Bilal did. Seth got to see this at the Overlook Film Festival for the world premiere.
That was
Seth,
awesome.
how tell us how it was not only for the premiere but at Overlook.
Overlook was awesome. I got to see so many like incredible films, and if you guys, obviously you guys follow me, but some of the audience here does. I got to interview like Mike Flanagan, which was like a dream come true, and then I actually got to talk to Radio Silence a little bit before the film, and um, with Matt Bettinelli, actually ended up following me on Instagram after I posted my review. So that's pretty cool. That's like my biggest achievement so far.
That's
Uh,
sick, bro.
but we got to see the movie with them and like the audience. And listen, I love Radio Silence. Ready or Not is like one of my all-time favorite horror comedies, and I absolutely loved Abigail. I
Yeah.
thought it was such a blast from start to finish, and it's bloody, it's gory. I love what they did with like the different vampire tropes and like kind of flip some of them on its head, and like the acting from everybody involved was fantastic, especially Alicia Weir. Like she crushed it as Abigail, and
Hell yeah.
she like was terrifying one moment, funny, you know, she just brought it all, and I
Yeah.
thought that was awesome.
Oh, so how was your like theater reaction while watching the film?
So I was gonna say, I think I talked to this with one of my friends the other day, and one of the things is like you're at a film festival, it's a horror film festival, so everybody's like really excited for this movie. The jokes that landed, because I've seen the movie twice now, the jokes that landed during the screening didn't land as well in like the press screening in Arizona, because it might have, I don't know if it was just like an older crowd, or uh, they just weren't they didn't know what they were expecting with this horror film. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of the jokes, we got there was a lot more laughs in the screening or at the film festival versus like just me seeing it the second time,
Yeah.
and
There's
everybody
one
loved
joke.
it.
There's one joke I want to really ask for the audience reaction once we get to the spoiler part because I was cracking up for that joke. I think you know what joke I'm talking about.
Is it the onions?
Yes.
We died during the
I,
film
lo- I,
festival.
lo- I love that. I
Yeah.
love that scene so much.
Yeah, that was my
But,
favorite part.
but let's get right into our thoughts. I think Seth, you gave a little bit of your
Yeah.
spoiler-free thoughts. Do you have any more
No, that's
besides
pretty
those?
much it. I'll let you guys go.
Bilal, what's your spoiler-free thoughts?
All right. First of all, Radio Silence. Y'all the goated horror director duo ever. Like y'all haven't missed. Like Raid or Not, Scream 5 and 6. Killed a great work. Shout out. Make sure you tag them. All right, thank you. Anyways, Abigail was a bloody great time. I absolutely enjoyed this movie. First of all, the movie does do a great job at balancing humor with having some suspense moments, and I think that's the main thing. I do like this movie takes its time and develops each character, makes you care about these characters in this movie, and each character is so like charming in their own way. Like Kevin Durant plays this like buff guy, but he's also an idiot, and having Melissa Pereira's Josie's character be a junkie, and having Catherine Newton's character be a hacker. There's so much diversity in the casting, and Dan Stevens plays a dick really well. I never thought I was gonna hate him in a movie until I watched Abigail, and that proves how great of an actor he is.
I
I would
love
say
Dan
Alicia
Stevens.
Ware was the best part, especially the way she goes from being an innocent kid into this vampire. I feel like she balances being this innocent kid and switches to be terrifying, but she also showcase the humor real well in the film, and also the pacing was really strong throughout the whole runtime, and the third act goes crazy. Absolutely love Abigail.
Okay, before I give my spoiler-free thoughts, do you guys think that they should have shown her as a vampire in the trailer?
So I'm gonna jump in here because I've been hearing this like a reason why people didn't like the movie as much. And actually, I don't know if you follow me, Dakota, on Twitter, but I posted about this exact thing, and I think it's the most outlandish, most ridiculous thing ever that like people are hating on this trailer because like first of all, how do you market this movie without like revealing that it's a vampire movie? And also before that fact, like when this movie was announced, everybody knew that it was a vampire film for
Exactly, yeah.
it was a vampire film for Universal Pictures. Like it was supposed to be part of the MonsterVerse. So like people saying, "Oh, like they ruined the big surprise." That's like saying you went to go see Dracula, but like didn't want that vampire was going to be spoiled.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Plus, though, I think the marketing was fine for the movie because maybe they should have revealed the ballerina part. I feel like they just did the vampire part only,
Yeah,
not the ballerina part. I think that would be better marketing. If it just means like, oh, it's just a vampire movie. Oh, twist, it's a ballerina vampire. You know how cool that would be, like experiencing that the first time in the movie theater.
yeah. It's like I said, it's like going to see Dracula and expecting like it not to be about vampires.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100% agree with that, man.
Because
Um,
I especially, what
Go
you
ahead.
use will say the most.
No, go
I
ahead.
was, I especially agree with you, Seth, because of course I was already excited for this movie when it was announced. Before I even knew it was, I just knew it was a monster movie,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I already like Scream 5 and 6. I love Ready or Not, and I'm like, I'm already excited for this. So
Yeah.
when I saw the trailer and first the poster that this is a ballerina vampire, I'm like, okay, that's like what you're saying. Like, this is the perfect way to market a movie. I don't understand why people are getting mad over this. And one review I heard is like, oh, they didn't show her as the vampire till like an hour. And I'm thinking it was only like 15 to 20 minutes into this movie before we got to see her as a vampire. It's not an hour.
Yeah, I people just like to complain and
Yeah,
like to
definitely.
nitpick at the dumbest things. Like the movie was awesome, and I think like I don't understand why that was one of the things that people kind of
Oh,
gravitated
yeah.
towards.
I work in a theater, so like I was cleaning some theater, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ask some people's like, did you like Abigail? And they're like, oh, we loved it. So like
Yeah,
every time I ask this question, everyone really liked it in my city at least. So I feel like most majority of people really enjoyed Abigail, which I was happy with.
they did.
Like,
And
perfect.
I was gonna
What are
say
you
last
saying?
thing. Yeah, I was gonna say last thing is like if they were gonna try to market this without it being a vampire film, at that point it's just like a kidnapping film, and I don't think anybody's gonna want to go watch a movie that's
Yeah,
just about
like,
kidnapping.
who's going to see a kidnapping movie of a little kid being kidnapped? You know, that'd be just kind of
Yeah, I don't. It just doesn't
wasteful.
make sense to like market it as that. Like, it isn't that. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And two more things before I give my thoughts. First of all, everyone knew Radio Silence direct this, like you said. If it was marketed as a kidnapping film, everyone knows they do horror. There's no reason for them to market it as a kidnapping film if it's directed by Radio Silence.
Yeah,
You got to
exactly.
put some horror elements in this to tell you it's going to be a horror movie by them. And second, like you said during the audience, I went to go see this with my mom. She's seen the trailer, so I think absolutely enjoyed the movie.
Yeah,
So, as from like a general audience member, the trailers worked.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what everybody else says. I think if this was perfect by Universal's Monsters, Radio Silence, anybody working with this movie, it was great. But getting to my spoiler-free thoughts, like Seth, I love this movie. It's right now my second best movie of the year, right behind Doom Part 2. Like the cast, speaking of the cast, Melissa Barrera does great in this. Like justice for Melissa Barrera for what she's going through right now. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, go see this movie. Not only for her, but for like Radio Silence, because right now I think they're becoming one of the best horror director duos of all time right now, with the
Yep.
track record they've got. And not only that, Dan Stevens, I don't know what Hollywood's doing right now, but he needs to get more acting roles. This Godzilla X Kong just came out a couple weeks ago.
got
He's
me
in great in
cuckoo.
both of them. Okay, I'm gonna just ask you, Seth. Was he great in Cuckoo?
Fantastic. He's even
Okay,
more insane.
so after you hearing that, this dude needs to get more acting roles. I don't know what they're doing, but they need to
Oh, he's
start.
gonna start. This is the year of Dan Stevens. From Cuckoo to this to Godzilla X Kong. Like, dude's all over the place, and I'm here for his renaissance.
But besides those two, Lisa Veer, one of the best young actresses I think right now up and coming in Hollywood, especially playing this important role to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because before this, I didn't even know nothing about her. I just figured out that she was in the musical for Matilda on Netflix.
Yep.
And these are the only two projects that she's in, but she done a great job with this. And just overall, Catherine Newton, Kevin Durant, Angus Cowd, rest in peace to him. The little screen time he got in this, he done great in this. The comedic jokes in this hit perfect. Every point. This movie is brutal. It's bloody. It's a good time to watch. You're gonna have fun. This movie with a gore reminds me of a lot of Ready or Not. And if you guys like Ready or Not, you're going to enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
But most of all, I think that's mostly it for my spoiler free thoughts. But let's get right into it. Let's go into our spoiler thoughts. So, Seth, if you could pick like what was your favorite scene from this movie?
Catherine Newton dancing.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, when
Oh,
when Abigail like ended up possessing her, I thought that like whole dance sequence was just so awesome, and you could tell that she was just having the time of her life. And then also the onion scene. I fucking love the onion scene.
Get Catherine Newton to a musical right now, please. We need that.
Catherine Newton's the goat. She's one of the horror queens out there, man.
Yeah.
and I was going to when you were talking about the
There's
jokes.
another scene of Catherine Newton that I loved. It's like when the first time the vampire was like, well, Abigail being the vampire. She's like, a ballerina vampire. That line delivery was excellent. I love that. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dakota, you talk now.
You're good, but I know you were talking about the jokes, especially the onion scene. The joke didn't hit that well in my theater either.
Yeah, I
A lot of
hit
these
way
jokes,
better.
especially I was dying laughing though.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, go hunt some onions, go hunt some first garlic. She brings back. Those are fucking onions. I just died. I could handle myself at all.
It was so
But
good.
Kevin Durant, I've seen him a lot of roles of like him being like a tough bad guy, but he was actually funny in this.
Oh, he was great.
Especially like when Dan Stevenson's character would tell him something, he would repeat it back to him. I love that. But overall, besides that onion scene, I enjoy the final act.
Yeah.
From when we find out that Giancarlo Esposito is a vampire, and Abigail has been in control of all of this all along.
Yeah, I like that too.
Especially where she's in the cage and she just tells them their real name and everything about them that they did wrong to her dad, which technically her dad is not name titled in the movie, but of course we know he's Dracula.
Yeah.
But besides that, I love the ending, especially Dan Stevens when he turns into a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole final battle. I kind of just wish though, with Dracula show up at the end, it was kind of to help them like eliminate Dan Stevens right at the end, because I think it would have been cool to see Dracula versus him.
Yeah.
Like Bilal said, his character's a dick, and then he got these powers to become a vampire.
Yeah, but like the scene in the cage when Abigail and Dan Stevens like his character were trying to make a deal of getting out of the cage, and Abigail's like, "Soon as I tell you, better get me out." And then Dan Stevens like, "It's a deal." Like he has that little attitude where he's like, "It's a deal." I like that element of showcasing his attitude towards Abigail. Also, before he knew Abigail was a vampire, he was actually really ruthless towards her, especially putting gun towards her head too. So it's like he didn't give a fuck. It's like, oh, he's a kid. I want this money. He was like selfish at the same time. So he's just
Yeah,
an awful character. Played really well with Dan Stevens, surprisingly. I get still. It's just it feels so weird because I used to see Dan Stevens play this likable character, then he plays this asshole. It's like, damn, bro.
does he kind of act like that in The Guest though? Because I haven't seen The Guest,
I have
but I
not.
heard
seen
he's
that.
really serious in this. But I heard he's really serious in that. But overall, do you guys got any more favorite scenes from this movie?
The first exploding body.
Poor cat.
Oh,
Oh my god.
The theater reaction at the screening at Overlook was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that exploding scene remind me the end of Ready or Not so much.
But bigger.
But bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, I also like the scene where like in the cage, um Abigail's talking to Captain Mew's character Sammy. It's like Sammy's saying, "Am I gonna turn into a vampire?"
I
And
love that
Abigail's
scene,
like,
dude.
"Maybe." And then
Yeah.
there's a scene right after that where she's like pointing her finger to the sun. It's like really that she's that vampire. And then like moments later she becomes a vampire. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
The dance moves were sick. And also like you can really tell Josie when Catherine Newton Sammy's character explodes, she actually really cared about that character a lot. So they have like a little emotional effect to the
Mhm.
character Josie, and I think that was played really well with Melissa Pereira's performance.
Yeah.
Because I especially like the ending because throughout this whole entire movie, you see, even though it's like a conflict between Abigail and all of them, where Melissa Blair's character of Josie, or Joey, made that promise to her that she would never hurt her at all at the beginning, the pinky promise. She stood by that, and even when Dracula came in there, Abigail protected her and let her go because she helped her, especially when Frank turned into the vampire and tried to kill Abigail. Joey was always there to protect her no matter what. And it's kind of like if you kind of like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. It was
Yeah.
kind of like that point.
Mhm.
Oh, also, I love that scene where Josie or Josie, what was it?
Joey.
Joey,
Joey.
Joey, got it. Anyways, the scene where she didn't want to like fight Abigail, and then Catherine Newton, Kevin Durant, and Dan Stevens decide to fight Abigail and absolutely get murked. And Dan Stevens cares like, "Don't you dare say I told you so." And then Melissa Pereira's character like, yeah, like
Yeah.
this little shrug thing. I'm like, that was good comic relief
Yeah.
in the movie as well.
It's a lot of good moments.
Yeah.
For overall, I know you talked about the cast, Seth. Do you have anything else about this cast?
No, I think they all brought something great to the table, and every single one of them was just absolutely fantastic. And it seemed like a family. Like they all worked really well, and that was one of the things that Radio Silence talked about during their Q&A after the film. Is that it was actually the question I asked. What their like favorite moment was, and they said that basically, they came to set one day and everybody was just like they clicked and they had such great chemistry, and it was like an easy film for them to shoot because of how everyone got along, and you can see that go play out throughout the film.
Yeah. Oh, I also heard the interview. I could be wrong about this, but I heard that they used 7,000 gallons of blood for those cannons that we seen in the movie.
They used a lot of
Yeah.
blood, a lot of
But
blood.
Bilal, what's your thoughts about this cast?
I think this cast, like I said before, the diversity and the personality of each cast member with the characters that they portray, I think that made the movie flow much better. But you can also tell this cast loved working with each other, and it seems like a great environment. Radio Silence just bringing these people together to make this fun movie for us, and I feel like everyone was having a fun time in the movie. Like making this film.
Yeah, I agree with both y'all. This cast is amazing. I think Radio Silence knows how to like direct a cast, like orchestrate a cast, and not only that, pick a good cast. Of course, them working with Melissa Barrera already, they already know what she can do. But overall, just bringing these other characters in because I think they saw Catherine Nunes working like probably like Freaky and what she probably was going into for Lisa Frankenstein and knew she had a horror background. They probably watched Dan Stevens in The Guest, thought he was good. But I think they just got some kind of like not big actors, kind of like Alicia Veer, and gave her a chance.
Yeah,
And I think she took the ball and ran with it.
yeah.
But
I mean, I know Giancarlo Esposito have a really small role, but every time, like in that small role, fantastic.
Mhm.
yeah,
That
he's
person
fantastic.
is gonna be $50 million poorer. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah. Obviously, I couldn't do a Giancarlo Esposito expression that well, so that's good over. But yeah,
I think that also helped with marketing because a lot of people know who John Carlo is from Breaking Bad if they have watched it. So they're like, oh, that's the dude from Breaking Bad. Let's go watch this movie and see if he's in it more. So I think that helped with the marketing standpoint. But overall, the chemistry is good in this. I enjoyed what they brought to the film. And overall, I think this is just it's just a really good film. And I think Rayo Sounds did
yeah.
something great with
But like
this.
speaking of Alicia Weir, even further, the fact that she's doing these ballerina dances and then doing the dramatic and funny stuff and being an absolute terrifying character in the same time. Having all those elements and doing them well is a lot of talent, and I really appreciate what she did in the film. I mean, get her an Oscar, for Abigail.
But
Give her the Oscar.
Yeah, give her an Oscar.
I want to talk about the Andy cameo because I was hearing rumors that there was two ending scenes. There was one with the cameo that we already talked about with Dracula, and then there was one without. Do you guys think that the Dracula scene was good in this movie, or should they have
No, that should have
done
stayed.
the other end?
It
Yeah.
should have stayed. I'm glad it stayed.
I think it did too, because of course during the whole movie, she was doing all of this to. I love how you got. Did you get that at Overlook, or did you get that at
Yeah.
the? I love
They-
those teeth.
I
They
don't
gave
know.
us those in Abigail's too.
Oh,
That's
But
it.
that's
these are like
cool.
legit ones. Like you have to like glue them on and stuff.
Oh, that is cool.
Don't be biting me, bro.
But
Don't go to the sun. I don't want you to explode as well. Oh, also, I like another detail of the film. When Abigail's arm blows up and like it's
Mhm.
like like healing up. That was sick. Yeah.
That was
I
cool.
love how because I had never seen like a vampire like regenerate before.
Yeah.
I like you said, I like that touch in it.
Yeah.
But over
Like it takes
over
what's great about vampires, but adds its own own flavor to it to make it unique to the audience. That's what I love about this movie.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. I think the cameo was good, and like you said, Seth, I think it mixed with the story well. Like I said before, Abigail was doing all these things because she wanted her dad's attention again.
Hmm.
And I think if you didn't include him, there was be no point in this. But I think he was always like overlooking her because every group of people she had, she got away with it quick. She killed them quick and got it done. This is the group that gave her the most trouble. I think he sensed it and he was going to finish it.
Yeah,
I think that's why he showed up.
Yeah, that's why I like when Abigail like stop. Josie's Joey saved my life. Yeah, there we go. And then that handshake happened, and that's you should probably leave. It's almost dinner time, which is another good vampire.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Why does Melissa Pereira look so badass eating a lollipop? Like a pink lollipop? Like,
She's just always
But
looking
overall,
good.
I was going to ask this question. I don't know if anybody asked the Radio Silence Seth at Overlook,
Mhm.
but do you guys think there should be a sequel to this?
I don't think there should be a sequel to this because I don't really know how you bring Melissa Barrera back, but they're making a sequel to Ready or Not, so there's that. But I would like them to do something different with Abigail if they're going to do a sequel. Like,
yeah.
obviously not like a kidnapping story, but maybe like a full on like Dracula's daughter, like, you know, team up type movie or something, or another like horror spinoff. I don't want a sequel to this movie, like per se, with like Melissa Barrera coming back and like doing like a team up type thing.
Because I've been hearing like something that if they do a sequel, bring Melissa back, she becomes a universal monster that she always wanted to be, and I'm wondering like what monster is that? Because there's no movie called Wife of Dracula at all. So
I mean,
I'm like,
he could end up being like a bride, or she can end up being like a bride, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And also, speaking of Ready or Not, I don't think that's me. Just that, not directed by Radio Silence.
The new one
what?
isn't going to be. No.
That's where you guys are really nervous about, because if it's
Yeah.
Radio Silence, they know like their own like storytelling and vision for
Mhm.
Ready or Not. So having like a new director take over is always gonna like ruin like what they were trying to build out to be, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, it could be cool. There's a lot of ways they could spin it, but I just don't think this specific movie. Like, I don't know where they could take it, but like, I have a feeling that Universal is going to try to have them do another sequel because, I mean, I think it started doing a lot better in the box
yeah,
office. So
that's the thing. Like, it's Hollywood; they're money hungry. If a
yeah,
movie's doing well and they see potential in it, they're most likely go do a sequel. Which I don't think Abigail deserves a sequel. I think that's a good standalone movie. I would rather see Radio Silence continue to build up their own different horror projects. They obviously got this style down pat really well, and I feel like I want to see them teaming of it. I want to see a movie with Melissa Pereira and Sandra Weaving like together interacting. I know they were in Scream 6, but Sandra Weaving never did a scene with Melissa Pereira because it was the opening kill of that movie. But I definitely want to see Melissa Pereira and Sandra Weaving working together in a Radio Silence like movie, horror
well,
movie.
they do take place in the same universe, so there is that.
Right or not, and
And Abigail, they said that in an
oh, they
interview.
do?
they
Yeah,
do.
there's a painting behind, and during Abigail, it's like a blink and you miss moment. There's like a painting of one of the Ladamus family members in the Abigail house.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Hiders
Oh, that's
seek.
cool.
Rated R sequel and some Abigail's working up hide and seek moments.
Yeah,
But I think that's it for me. Is that it for you guys for Abigail?
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into our movie news this week. There's some quick things that are and some good things. So the first thing is Denis has said that he's writing Doom Messiah right now.
Hey. Sorry.
Two things.
All right.
I want to get your guys' points from this. One, it's good that he's starting early. But I want him to take his time and not rush this.
Yeah, he's gonna take his time. It's not gonna be out for like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, Denis Villeneuve is a director that wants to make a great movie every time he directs a movie. That's why you barely see him making movies, because he's taking his time to build out a great movie for us. Like his recent stuff, he has not missed. He's on this like hot streak for a while, so I know Doom 3 is gonna be great. I'll go let my man cook and just call it a day.
Yeah.
But like I don't need this right now. Like I rewatched Doom Part 2 3 times. I could rewatch it more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a good watching this movie over and over and over. And we can wait because in the books there's a 12-year time jump between Dune and Doom Messiah. And we need Timmy and Zendaya and them to get a little bit older before jumping into this next movie.
Yeah.
But like overall, Denise got 3 other projects besides Doom Messiah. Let him do some of these other projects. Like he's got Cleopatra, which I really want to see what he can do because I've been hearing that he might cast Zendaya as Cleopatra. And especially with how she's doing so great in Challengers right now, I want to know what she could do with another lead actress role, especially with the knee at the helm. Because I think he brought that little side of her that everyone is seeing in Challengers right now in Doom Part 2. And I want to see what he can do with her just in a full movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's get into our next movie topic for this week. Did any of you guys watch Fallout?
I loved it. It was so good.
I started episode 1. I'm liking it so far. Yeah.
It's great. I'm excited that they're doing a season 2. I never played the games. It's on my to-do list.
Yeah, so that's the news that they're doing a season 2. So I haven't watched it yet, but my brother, when he was little, played the games and he absolutely loves them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he has watched the new season yet, but I'm definitely going to try to watch it because, one, it looks interesting. And like you said, like other people have said, this show is good. And I think this is another hit by Prime Video, which, do you think, I was thinking this, could they do like a little movie for this ever down the road? Or do you think they should just keep on doing seasons?
Seasons. It gives them more freedom to really expand on the story and lore.
Okay. So let's go into our third topic. Quentin Tarantino. This man, I don't know what he's doing right now. This man, about a year or two ago, he announced that the movie Critic was going to be his last movie. It was rumored that Tom Cruise was going to star in it. And then Brad Pitt's character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was supposed to make an appearance in this. So it'll be a connected movie. Now he says, I want to scrap the scene and start over for a new 10th film. How do you guys feel about this? And what movie you think he could do for his 10th and final film?
I want Kill Bill. I want Kill Bill 3. I'm happy that he scrapped this idea because I was never like that. Like, it sounded like kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever Tarantino does is usually really good. I'm not a fan of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I was not a fan of that one. But I hope we get Kill Bill 3. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't really like that idea too. I feel like it was too similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in a sort of weird way, being like a movie type of film. So I'd rather have him do something different. He's definitely a director that's capable of making great movies. I think he should just go back to the Western route. You know, I like his Western movies a lot. Like Hateful Eight is a banger. Django Unchained is a banger. Like, go back to the West.
So for me, I only seen Django out of his filmography. I know
got a
that's
lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, I do. But I love Django.
Yeah.
So if I love Django, I know I would love the rest of his filmography. But I agree with you, Seth. If this is his final film, he has to go out with a bang. And everyone has been wanting Kill Bill Volume 3. And I think he's actually listening now. I think he might actually do this movie.
It'd be cool. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, Uma Thurman's daughter could show up in the movie and take over and like be the new bride and kind of like follow in her mom's footsteps. And why can't I think of her name? The actress. His daughter or her daughter.
Oh, Maya Hawke?
Yeah, Maya Hawke. I think she would crush it. So that's what I want.
Do you think they could, or there was a person that she killed in one of the films, and she had a daughter. Do you think that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's been a while. I don't remember.
Oh, they haven't talked about. I don't know if it was the first. It's not the one with Lucy Liu in it.
So the
It's
first,
the other one.
it'd be the
It
first
might be
one
the
then.
first one.
I
And
don't
people are
remember.
wanting her to be in it and like older, but people are speaking of Zendaya. People want the character of Zendaya, like Zendaya, to play this character. And it's like a revenge story of like she's grown up now and she wants to kill the bride for killing her mom.
Mm-hmm.
But
Could be
I kind of
interesting.
like you. But I kind of like your way because I've always heard during like the name titles at the end of
Mhm.
the movies, there's a line slash through everybody that she has killed.
Yeah.
But Bill, there's no line slash through Bill.
Mhm.
So there's always been a speculation that he's still alive.
I don't know. She made. Well, I'm not gonna say anything because you haven't seen it. But there's no way he's still alive. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. But let's get let's get into our final movie topic, which we were talking about this earlier. Ready or Not to is officially happening. I think Radio Silence is not going to have anything to do with this. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about this? Do you guys think they should continue this story? And how would they?
So I'm like indifferent because the first one's like my all-time favorite, but I'm worried that Radio Silence isn't involved. But the fact that like they said that they read the script and the script was really good kind of gives me hope. I think where they're gonna take it, or like where I hope they take it, is that now Samara's character, she basically, because she survived the family, the curse is basically hers now. And now she just brings back dudes and has to kill them to survive.
Oh,
Honestly,
that would be cool.
that'd be cool. But like, what if they do like a different game instead of hide or seek?
That could be cool too. But either way, she has the curse now, so like it's gonna play around something with that and like her trying to survive.
Oh, I didn't ever think that she had the curse at the end.
Well,
That is
she's the
something that
last
just brought
Ladamus
off to me.
because they got married, unless like it changes hands after you like get a divorce.
Josie and Grace team up and Ready or Not 2. Let's get it, bro.
Actually, I'm actually excited for this, but like you said, my only problem is that Radio Silence is not in this. And we have seen, like, perfect example. First 4 Scream films, I haven't watched Scream 4 yet. That's the only one I haven't watched. I don't know why I haven't watched yet. But the first 3, I really enjoy. I love the first 2.
Cases, just saying.
But of course, Scream 5 and 6, Radio Silence directed both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 is the weakest out of the 2. But 6, I love 6. They done great, especially with Nev not being in it. They handle it real well with their character in it. And especially, I think, bringing Courtney Cox in and sprinkling that legacy cast into this with the core 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a great job with that. And they did a great job with making original film for Ready or Not. But it's like, what can this new director do with this story? And like you said, they read the script. So if they said the script's good, I can have good faith in this movie. But the script is one thing, the directing style is another.
Yeah.
So that's my only biggest problem for me. But I'm excited for it, but not as excited unless if they were directing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just need more plot details for me to like, oh, okay, that could be an interesting idea, but like if we don't know anything about it and it's happening with Radio Silence, I'm really hesitant for it. But yeah.
But let's get right into it. Let's get into our draft. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since we did a draft on the channel. And I thought it would be a perfect time to do this draft where Seth's on for this episode. Guys, let's do a horror movie draft. Especially where me and Seth are big horror movie fans. So we're going to have 10 picks.
Oh, what about me?
Each.
You're a scaredy cat, Bilal.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
I begged you to watch freaking Evil Dead Rise. You finally watched it when it came out.
I did watch him in theaters, but
Yeah, I begged you to do because when you first saw the trailer, you're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna watch this."
all right, okay. I am a pussy.
But how this draft is going to go today? Where Seth's the guest, I'm gonna give him the first pick. I'm gonna go second. Bilal, you're last.
Sick.
Okay.
And so we would normally do a snake draft.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should just do a regular, like me, you, Bilal, me, you, Bilal.
Okay, that works.
Okay, let me pull up my notes app real quick to just keep track of our picks.
Yeah, that way we don't overpick. I already know all my 10 picks.
I know my 10 picks, unless I'm a steal.
Seth, you might be the one that causes me a little bit of trouble with my picks. Okay, Seth, you gonna go first? What's your first pick?
Halloween. I have to.
1978?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, he didn't mess me up, brother. I had a backup plan.
I already knew.
It's my favorite. I can't.
I'm sorry. Here goes the last one.
Here goes Bilal's laughing now. Okay, my first pick, which is my second favorite horror movie of all time, the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
I love that.
My first pick is my favorite horror movie of all time, John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982, baby. Let's get it.
That's great. I love both of those picks. I'm going Ready or Not with my second.
Damn, that was my next pick. No.
And Bilal, what you said yours was?
The Thing, 1982.
I put Alien.
Oh.
Ready or Not for Seth.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got my next one. My next one's gonna be the OG Scream.
Oh, that's a good pick. My next one is because Dakota said Alien. Thank you.
I respect it.
Seth, what's your third pick?
The Descent.
Oh, I need to watch that. I heard that.
Oh, it's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh yeah, before we get into it, I heard your video about Lionsgate teaming up with Jason Blum. How mad would you be if he'd actually done a remake to The Descent?
I think I put that in my video that I would be furious because that is a masterpiece that does not need to be touched. But knowing Blumhouse and Lionsgate, they want the money. They're gonna for sure try to remake that. You should go watch the original though. It's fantastic. It's terrifying.
You know what's scary about that movie? You know the state that's set in?
Mm-hmm.
I live in that state. So that scares the hell out of me thinking about that.
Well, just don't go cave diving. You're fine.
True. Oh, now let me think my third pick. Let me think. I'm doing it. Get Out.
There you go.
That's my next pick. Damn. In that case, I'll go with my favorite zombies movie of all time, the Korean classic, Train to Busan.
I love that.
Hey man, see, for a guy who doesn't watch a lot of horror, I know some good horror movies.
You know some good ones.
Seth, what's your fourth pick?
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warrior.
Oh, I love Dream Warriors.
There it is. That's the poster.
Okay, my next one is also a good classic. The original Exorcist.
Ooh. My next one is Predator.
Oh, that's good.
The OG Predator.
Yeah, with Arnold. Yeah.
I took the chopper. I'm not doing that.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
with the oil, on their arms.
Yep.
Okay, Seth, what's your fifth pick?
Fifth pick would be Wreck. I love that movie so much.
Oh,
I need to
that
watch
one
that.
scares me, bro.
That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
I watched 10 minutes of it and I
Yep.
couldn't do it.
Is it kind of like VHS?
No, it's better. It's nothing. It's like it basically, I mean, it's about this like news reporter who gets called to an apartment building. The apartment building ends up getting like quarantined and they're all locked in there with like a bunch of like monster type things, and that's all I'll say because you haven't seen it. But it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
So it's not a good movie to watch in the dark.
If you want to not sleep, sure.
Okay. But
You should watch it in the dark though. It would be better in the dark because it's a dark movie.
Now I gotta take your recommendation on that one now.
Yeah.
So let me think.
I'm
gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna pull the trigger on. I'm gonna go Thanksgiving.
It's a great one.
Okay, I'm a huge Anya Taylor-Joy fan, so let's go with The Witch, 2015, Robert Eggers. Let's get it.
I love that. The
Yeah.
Witch is so damn good.
Yes, sir.
I will take was it 2013 Evil Dead? The
Oh,
remake.
I love that Evil Dead.
Yeah,
That Evil Dead's so good. Is that your favorite Evil Dead of the
it is.
franchise?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I love that movie so much.
Okay, I'm gonna take my second favorite Halloween movie, and Bilal already knows what my second favorite Halloween movie is.
Oh, God.
I'm taking Halloween Kills.
Oh, God.
I love Halloween Kills. Okay, Seth,
Uh,
what is your feelings on Halloween Kills?
I thought it was fine. I mean, it's just Michael going ham.
what pick that one yet? Oh, I know what I'm choosing.
But Halloween Ends is the worst thing ever. So
Dakota's a big Halloween Ends defender too.
I don't know. I rewatched that. It's
No.
not as good as I thought it was.
What do you got for us, Bilal?
Oh, that's my pick.
Is it?
I'm
Is it your pick?
Yes, your pick.
The Shining. I'm surprised I don't have him choose The Shining.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
What
Insane.
number am I on?
you are number 7 now.
Okay. I will do 30 Days of Night.
I need to watch that movie so bad.
That's my favorite vampire film.
Oh, there's another movie that I'm surprised nobody picked yet.
Oh, my 7th movie. Oh, I'm going with it. The Conjuring.
Nice.
Oh, it's Jaws. How y'all forgot about Jaws?
I didn't. I love that movie though.
I actually did forget about that.
For 8, I will do Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives.
I need to watch those movies. I only watched the remake.
The
that's it.
2009 remake's really good. It's awesome.
And you said part 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I gotta go with another James Wan. I really love this movie. It's Malignant.
I can't do it. I hated that movie.
You hate Malignant? I love Malignant.
My next pick of the horror movie draft is Scream 6. Melissa Pereira. Let's get it.
I was waiting. I was hoping that came up at the end.
This is my 8th pick now.
Your 9th.
My 9th. Oh crap, we're running towards the end here. What do I want to pick here? Dr. Sleep.
Ooh, underrated gem. That's a banger.
I love that film.
Shout out to Rebecca Ferguson.
Yes, I was about to say that.
She's fantastic, bro.
Oh, the baseball boy scene. That I don't like
brutal.
that scene at all.
It's brutal.
Ooh,
I'm surprised this guy hasn't said X or Pearl yet. I'm just saying.
Thank you for throwing that out there to me now. I take X and 9. Okay, Bilal, what's yours?
This might be underrated, Jam. Prey.
That movie's so good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What do I want to put here?
What's your final pick, Seth?
I'm trying to think here. What do I want to pick for?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, I love that movie, but not enough to put that there. I had one in mind. Oh, I'm gonna put
Us?
no. Oh, Hereditary.
Oh.
I
Ooh,
just rewatched it in IMAX, and it actually blew my mind how good that movie was in IMAX. So
Dude, that dinner scene is so dope, bro.
yeah,
Oh, I know my last pick. It's a movie that terrified the hell out of me in the movie theater.
I gotta actually look up my last film. This is let me go through something real quick. Where's it at? Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull this one up. I'm gonna really pull this one. Oh, it's Sinister.
Sinister's great.
That scared the crap out of me when I was 12.
Yeah,
My last pick of the Halloween movie, whatever.
The horror movie, not Halloween movie.
My last pick of the horror movie draft gotta be It Chapter 1 reboot that came out 2017. That absolutely terrified me. The projector scene is probably one of the scariest scenes of the decade of 2010s. Kid you not. Yeah, that's my last pick.
Okay. Seth, I know the draft is over right now, but I've heard your take on this when you went to the theater and you watched this horror movie and they kicked you out halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Jeepers Creepers. And you said the first hour scared the crap out of you, right? That ended. That lived in my mind for 3 years.
Yeah, because it's like the first time.
The corner.
Yeah, it's like the first time the bad guy wins, really.
I ain't watching
what you see what he does to Derry, though, I'm like, it's brutal, and what he does to him, and the after result for a movie that came out in 2001.
Yeah, I love that film.
But when I heard that you got scared in the first hour, I'm like, I know he's talking about that movie because I watched it when I was like 10 or 9 years old. Scared the crap out of me, and that movie was, I think, like 9 to 10 years old at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh.
Yo, did we go through our picks,
But I will go through. Yeah. I just wanted to talk about Seth without real quick because it just came into my mind.
It's a good one.
So Seth's picks, he had Halloween 1978, Ready or Not, The Descent, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, Wreck, Evil Dead 2013, 30 Days of Night, Friday the 13th Part 6, Doctor Sleep, and Hereditary. For me, I had the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Get Out, The Exorcist, the OG one, Thanksgiving, Halloween Kills, The Conjuring, Malignant, X, and Sinister. Then below had The Thing, Alien, Train to Busan, Predator, The Witch, The Shining, Jaws, Scream 6, Prey, and It Chapter 1.
It's pretty fire.
Yes. Yeah, I think I won that, bro. Let's be real.
No. To be honest with you, I think I actually said that. Seth has some great picks.
Oh, I said has great picks.
I got some bangers. I didn't even hear the Train to Busan pick. I love that movie.
Bro, that ending.
I need to still watch that.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yo, could you like mute yourself so I could talk about Train to Busan for a little bit?
I already know the ending. It got spoiled on me on TikTok one time. Those little sad songs. Someone literally put the ending scene on there. I'm like,
when the dad gets infected, bro. No.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Well, I was gonna say I saw the devil, but I wasn't sure that counts as horror or more of a thriller.
It's a horror action. That's what I've mostly thrown into action. I think probably
Oh
though.
shit! Damn, I should have drafted that.
But I think that's it for the episode, guys. So of course,
False
let's
Seth.
talk. Yes, first of all, thank you, Seth, for joining us on this episode.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yes, sir.
We really appreciate because once I saw your review on Abigail and how much you loved it, I'm like, we have to get this guy on right now for this episode.
Abigail
Especially how much
draft
me and
snubbed.
Bilal.
Abigail draft snubbed.
It's up there. I actually had another movie that I saw at Overlook that I wanted to add to the list. It's not out yet.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it blew my freaking mind, and I want to watch it a million more times. Like, I think it is one of my favorite horror films of all time now.
Is it your number one movie of the year?
Azrael, yeah.
Yes.
With
I
Samara
kind of
Weaving.
watch that.
Yeah.
I want to watch it now after your review.
It's so good. It's bloody, it is brutal, and it takes it where like cult religious horror hasn't taken it yet. And I think I watched like Immaculate and the other ones, and I'm just like, it's just not the same now. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. I hope it gets released this year.
So I'm gonna ask you something. From these 3 religious horror movies, say if Azrael comes out this year, rank Azrael, Immaculate, and have you seen the first Omen?
I haven't seen it yet because it came out during the film festival, and I haven't had the time. I know I want to see it, but depending on how the first Omen is, I would put Azrael first for sure, Immaculate, and then first Omen since I haven't seen it right now.
Okay, I need to watch. I know Immaculate's to rent right now, so I'm gonna try rent or buy that, and I will definitely see it first Omen because I think it's out of theaters mostly right now.
Yeah,
where I'm at, so I'm gonna wait for it to come on. Probably Hulu.
Yeah,
when that comes out. But
what's Hulu?
What's Hulu?
You Canadians.
You don't know what oh yeah, I forgot. You guys got Disney Plus.
Yeah, Americans.
But if you guys are listening right now, go follow Seth on his social medias. If you guys are watching on the video, it's according to Seth on all. That's all your social medias, right?
Yep. Just according to Seth for like pretty much everything.
Yeah. So I know he's on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Go follow him, all of those guys. But going to of course, our upcoming review this week is going to be Annihilation. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the episode, but then after that, we're going to get into the Apes trilogy, which Bilal jumped the gun and already watched all those. But I just want to thank you guys again for 200 followers on TikTok. We really appreciate it. But of course, where you guys can find this podcast is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you guys are new here, give us a follow. Also, rate us, give us a comment, how the episode is. And if you guys like Abigail or not, if you guys are watching the video version on YouTube right now, hit that like button. And if you guys haven't or not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And guys, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. And one more time, Seth, thank you for coming on to this episode.
Thank you for having me.
MBK out.